Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Save the Republic. We're picking up on the 14th of October 1971, which is a couple of months on from the end of the last video. And the reason for that is that it's taken some time for my truck down here to be able to deliver the trams to arrive in this place. And I wanted to have this here so I can demonstrate that at the start of the video. But before that, I just want to mention the fact that the title of this video is called Odds and Ends. And the reason for that is that I've got a whole list of things that need tidying up, ideas that I've thought of since the last video. Also, a couple of things which I've been meaning to do for several parts and I keep forgetting. What I want to do in this part is tidy all those up in this period towards winter. But before that, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. As usual, you guys give me a lot to think about. Now, of course, a lot of the comments that I've had relate to Community Report 71, which introduced the concept of demolition. But as somebody pointed out, demolition is going to have a big impact on the game, especially if you make mistakes in realistic mode. Because somebody said that if you say, for example, you put a road down, I mean, like maybe even say a gravel road like that, I get the impression that even if you do this, you're still going to have to demolish the building. Sorry, the road, which has quite substantial implications for when you're planning stuff out. And it means that what you're going to need to do is spend a lot more time actually in template mode like this. And then only when you're certain or you actually be able to remove it, or you can remove it. The only other question I've got is whether mud roads are exempt from that, because mud roads don't take nothing to build. So in theory, they should have nothing to need to demolish. So that's one factor. The other one also is I got someone posed a question about the complexity when you're first starting out on your first town. And I kind of thought a little bit about it. And yes, it is going to increase the complexity, and especially with the waste management. Now, I think it's going to be quite important when you're first starting out not to get too wrapped up in the trying to get the waste management implemented in your first town. Now, so say, for example, say we were planning this town with the waste management set up. The only thing I can think of is that obviously you got the research to do, so you won't be able to unlock all the research to do the waste management anyway. So what that implies is that when you first start out, and probably for the first few years of the game, probably even to your second city, what you're going to be basically be doing is dumping all your domestic waste into a landfill site. Now, whether that landfill site can be recovered and reprocessed at a later date is another issue. And I think this is something that you do need to be aware of, is don't be too, I can say, obsessed with the idea of getting all that waste management up and running from the get-go. And I think most importantly, it will be just the domestic waste management. The other thought that did occur to me is that if you get, depending on what you get from your waste management, because of course you can get small amounts of plastic and other items from it. I'm not, and I'm assuming that the plastic may come from if you deliver electronics. There is scope for possibly some low-level electronics production. Obviously not for an export market, but maybe for a local market, and that's something I would certainly want to look into when we get access to the waste management, whether you can set these low-level production areas up. But we got a new vehicle type here. That's the Ursus C355. The open hole and covered holes might be worth a look, or even the dumpers, but the tractor's still going to be too slow than the tractors we're using at the moment, simply because they're the fastest ones I know of in the game. Anyway, let's just get down to working on the odds and ends. So the first thing we're going to do is come into here, because we need to deliver the trams to our trams depot over here. And I can't remember which one is the tram depot. The tram depot. Of course, what we're going to have to do is back to the border, because it can only carry one tram. Unload. That's unload, and then we'll come back to here, tram depot, unload, Then of course I don't want this guy running backwards and forwards because I'm going to need him for other forms of transport. So once he's done his 2 round trips delivering the trams, he can return to the depot, which is in here somewhere, and we'll just get him going. Just speed the game up, make sure that I like to absolutely check that these will actually pick up. Quite an impressive little loader though, isn't he? Come on. And now we've got the low loader. Now we've got the oil tanker. It's almost like it goes one side, then the other side, over who's at the front. Nope, obviously the low loader is at the back of the queue. I must admit, I do wish that the devs would sort out these customs sheds so that they actually produce more. Look at that. See, they're just ignoring the low loader. There it is. He's finally got in there. And what you see? Oh, he's picked up both trams. Wow. He's actually carrying 2 trams. Now we're going to have to be a little bit careful here. I mean, I must admit that was quite a surprise. But it means he's only going to do the 1 round trip, and we got the 2 trams on there. Of course, it doesn't mean every tram. He can carry 2 trams of every type, but it goes to show that I'm getting a really big low loader will make a difference. Now, while that's actually happening, the next thing I want to do is I've bought another puffer, and what I want to do is set him to here, pick up gravel, and bring him over to here. The reason for this is, well, you can wait until loaded, gravel, wait until unloaded, and we're just going to kick him off. The reason for that is that if I show you here, we're using so much gravel in this area at the moment that the single puffer I've got is not able to keep up. And unfortunately, just to show you, in case any of you say, well, you should buy a bigger ship, the problem I've got at the moment is that if I show you in here, the next ship up, which I really did want to buy, which would be is this Ledro class. I think that's the next one up in capacity. In fact, if we flip the capacity the other way, yes, can't remember which one is it. This Flatiron is 1.9 million. We don't have 1.9 million dollars, and of course at the moment, if I try and bring in I think the actual ruble version is, can't remember now. Let's just see. I know I looked at it and I thought, let's see, cargo ships. Is this one here, which is 2 million, but the problem is it would have taken ages to get all the way down from the top. But I do have a strategy, which I will talk about in a little while. Now, the next thing, well, while we're going over here, just to give you an update on what's going on, I finally got all the pumps operational in this area, which is making a difference with the oil now. And we've got lots and lots of oil. We've got to keep an eye on the bitumen, though. The overall town is coming together, so I'm pretty sure next year we will be able to populate this town at long last. You can see at the moment the sewer pipes are being connected. We've got the main connections to there. I'm not sure we can put these in as well. Make sure that, and we've now got the fire station. We've got the secret police. We've got most of the accommodation. We've got a small version of the opera house and the nursery block and some sport here, so that it means I don't have to wait. You can see the hospital's now finished. The only thing, we've got a pub which probably could do with being built, although it's not essential. And we've got a few other buildings around which aren't quite so important, but I'm hoping in the next part we'll be able to start getting some population in here. even if it's only just to support themselves and get settled. And then what we'll do is, as we finish the buildings in this area, we'll start migrating the population up here. So it's going to be a slow migration. So back up to this area, which I think I've been looking at this. I've been looking at the fact that this is a tram route, and what we're going to be thinking about. Oh, fire again. Fire pumping station 3. Where's that? Oh, that's okay. That's not a problem. Oh, I had to rework this area here because I've discovered that I hadn't put a road in there when I was looking at this, because I'm thinking about shipping oil down to here from up north once the oil field up north is ready. So that's another thing. Anyway, back to here. I was looking at this with the tram lines, and of course we've built this area out here with the food factories. And it's occurred to me that we've got a main road down here, because what I would like to do is use traffic signs to keep all the heavy vehicles off of these tram routes. But the actual rail station and other bits and pieces could be over here. So what I'm thinking is we're going to put a, you could say a ring road in here. And I want to put a ring road here like this. And the food store is there, so I want that to come to there, and then to encourage vehicles to go down that way. We're going to put this in like that. What that will mean is that if we need to bring trucks to bring the crops from here over to here, put it in the silo, they won't be using this road, they'll be using this road. So this is going to be our industrial ring road through here. Now, I've had a few second thoughts about clothing in this area, but I still want to keep the option open. So what I want to do is, I was looking at this and I realized I made a bit of a mistake by curving the prefab road all the way over here, but I don't want to redo it. I think this is the road that was consuming all the gravel, I think. I think panel roads actually use more gravel than normal gravel roads, I think. That's just a guess, by the way. What I want to do, I keep getting distracted, but apologies for that, is I want to make sure, yeah, so this comes to, oops, cancel that. I want to come off about, so this tree is about 156. And that's 218. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a rail line off here like that. Come up maybe a little bit like that. And then I'm just going to put a crossover here like that. And what this will be is the rail line into this clothing area here. I'm also thinking maybe to put some livestock production up here and actually get some meat. Now, the train is wandering off in this direction, and I don't really want him doing that just at the moment. So what I want him to do is actually, well, start doing these areas. So I want to get this finished, because before we start ploughing up that way, I want to electrify this whole area, and we still haven't finished over here yet. So I want this done. We just pick up the construction office. Oh wow, we're down to 2 jobs. I've got absolutely no idea where the other jobs are. This one's being built. I need to do the back curve these to get this done, and obviously we've now got the jobs run out over here. See what's been built and what hasn't been built over here. Looks like we need that bit built there. Right, This one's on the right hand track, this one's on the left hand track. I think put you there. I want to try and fill in these little bits and pieces in this part, again for the same reason as last time, so that we can actually get things done. I'm just going to leave these guys just trundling away, slow the game down, because I don't really want to go ploughing too much into winter at the moment. And this is an encouraging site. We're on the 18th of November, and just to check resources, you see there, we've actually, on the 18th of November, we've actually cleared all the crops from this area, so we've got no crops in there. In fact, let's just whiz back into this corner and check this side here, and yep, you can see we've actually now, so all these fields are picked up, all the crops are picked by the 17th of November, so we're in a position now where we've got no crop losses. That means that what I can do now is start getting these guys working on this area. In fact, I'll start with 2, 5, because ideally by the spring I would like, we got a little bit of mud road just in there. Now they were building a section of road here, because I would like to get this done anyway. In fact, I think I'm gonna, winter's coming, so we'll get them to build this, and then I'll come back and see if we can get them out this way. I think actually asphalting these roads is probably made a little bit of difference to clearing the crops out there. Back up to here, I did get a comment about somebody asking me the progress with the track laying. We've now got a connection to the border here, so it means that what I can do now is, well, we should be able to buy it directly, is we should be able to buy a track layer. I didn't think I had that number of trains available. Is that right? I thought I no longer had the EDKs. Just make sure track builder. That's 8. Pause. I am reading this properly, aren't I? Why have I got more? A little bit confused there. Not that we want a tunnel. Let me just see. That's 70. That's 20. Wouldn't mind an EDK 300. Not exactly sure why I can only buy 8 at the border, but we'll buy at the border just to make sure. See, there's no EDK 300 in here. It's going to be a lot of money to blow if I can't. I'm just curious, guys, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop a save, because 800,000 is a lot of money to waste on a train that we may not be able to purchase. Just let me just see if we can buy it. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it? I never knew that. This vehicle does not fit into the nearest connected customs house. So there's a size limitation related to customs house for certain types of rail vehicles. Well, that's one thing about this game, is it will always throw up a surprise. So I never knew that. Interesting. So that means that what we're going to have to do is use this one here, which is the KZ461. I don't think there's anything. Yeah, I mean the tunnel is no good, because that's only good for tunnels. But we're gonna have to build by you, and come here, and what we'll do, he will come in here. And at the moment, what I'm doing is letting these guys freestyle, but there is an element of risk associated with this because they may actually collide. In fact, I think what I might do is get rid of you and we'll get the actual, you're building that way, so we'll put the next one on here, and then he will push off it through that way, and then hopefully, why can't we, oh, that's a bit of a pain. That means we're going to need to work on these two sections. The reason I can't connect there is that's the actual connector for because there's no crossover here. So until we get to there, I mean, I could back build this way, but we're not going to worry too much about that. That's the next thing done. Now, what we do have up over here is the actual construction office that I had planned is now ready to go. Let me just see. I've set it up for 3,000 buildings. I'm not sure. I don't really want to get too bogged down into doing that, but we could get it set up to do some deliveries. We've got right. It looks like the crews aren't that busy, so what we'll do is we'll start moving some of these guys. I think we might better get 2 onto here and just use these semi trucks, and then what we'll do is just how can you say, we'll just get them, we'll sell those semi trucks. They're probably a bit too slow now. If I set up the construction point, this is just going to be purely a what we call it, a road construction crew. In fact, we'll actually rename you Northern Wood Road Construction Office. And what we can do is spend a little bit of money on dumpers, because we've got the new dumpers capacity. What we want something with a little bit of capacity, but the same. Wow, okay, so it looks like we're stuck with the Zills. I thought we had a Ursus. Oh, this is here. This is one here, 23 kilometers now. Ugh. My favorite one's disappeared. Right, so what we're going to do is, looks like we're down to 9 tons. This is 65. This is 12 tons. We're going to be working at distance. So we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Just get them in from the beginning. Just come back to here. These are Tatras. I think maybe we'll pick up a couple of these. Due to there as well. I know I can use the button to send them all, but what I do want to do is kind of upgrade this and modernize it with better vehicles. Anyway, guys, I'm kind of getting a bit distracted again. The next thing I want to work on is a little bit in this area. I want to check, this is now, the bitumen is now connected. That's good. And I've got a bit of a big project over here now, which relates to what my reference to using the puffers. So my 2 ships are here, providing a constant supply of fuel. You can see the bridge over here is going pretty quickly, and so hopefully we'll get across the bridge, and then that new construction office should then start maybe pushing out this way, picking up some of these area here. Anyway, back to here. I've decided that we've got a lot of building to do downriver, especially further, plus the fact that I think this could become a major distribution source for gravel. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in an aggregate port here. I can get it in. Come on. Don't let me down, game. Come on. You must be able to come into here. Oh, come on. It's got to go in here. Oh, we had a little bit of a flash there. Okay, let me... There it is. So, to get you in there, you're going to need to put a road in. Again, we're just going to use the jolly old panel road. Oh, it flashed green. I must admit, I'm starting to become a little bit of a convert now to the panel roads. Actually, what am I doing using panel roads for? We're right next to an asphalt plant. And there. Put that there. Now, of course, we're going to need to get fuel into here. And we've got this here, but there's a pipeline coming back this way from here. I don't think I've got any more pipe connections here. No, so we're gonna have to cancel you. What I have to do is put another pump in here like this. So that's going to be a little bit close to the railway, so we might have to go underground. Comes the snow. We'll have a pump station there. You can come to there. That's not connected. That should be connected. That's connected to there, and then we'll come off there to there. And we'll just accept those. That's a question, guys. With demolition, I wonder if that will also include pipelines and power lines. So we've now got that connection there, and of course the snow's come just when I... Now, the next thing I'm going to need to do is get a conveyor belt down to there. We're probably going to use the mod version. Actually, we're going to need to gain some height here, aren't we? Maybe we'll use the actual game version. Fine. That's... What can I get? I won't get over the border there, will I? Okay, if I come straight back like that with a slight angle, because I don't have... Oh, yeah, I've got a road connection there, so we can use the road there. So we just plan in the right, make sure that we got... That's the wrong side. Okay, cancel. Flip you that way. That's not the wrong way round. I can put you that way. But you gain a slight angle like that. That can go to there. I've just noticed that there's no footpath connection. We need to bring the footpath there. So we've now got this out here. Just not going to accept the road. Got to start creating good habits. Now, there's nothing there, so we're going to kind of no man's land here. So see if we can, how far back can we get you? That road's going to be a pain in the neck, isn't it? Okay, so we'll have to try and remove this road. We might get a little bit more range if we take that road out. Okay, so we can kind of, yeah, we can get this far now with the road missing. And question is, get the road through there and to there. I think kind of tidy this up a bit. If we come through to there, that can come to there. Actually, stay in there. Then of course what we're going to need to do is trim this back and see if we can get the road under here. Sometimes it pays to put the road under first and then come there. Got a road connection to there, and what we're going to need, oh, come on. When you've got a bit of a stretch like this, sometimes it will drop the conveyor connection, but it didn't do that time. So what that will mean is that we can now just pick up the footpath. We can find somewhere to connect it to. This is just we got that there. So what that will mean is that we can take off the gravel from here and run it down to here, and we can bring in some big gravel ships which can then move the gravel round the map. So that's the idea from that point of view. Let me just check the, how's this there? Yeah, these guys are out and about doing things, picking stuff up, which is good. Now the next thing I want to do is that I feel that we need another helicopter construction office here. This one is doing absolutely nothing, so we've got to find a job for him. Well, the first job we can give you is where is it? Oh, that's built. Okay, that's finished. I think it's time to start maybe bringing this online. So you guys can work on that in the short term, and if we can find you another job up here. In fact, there will be another job for you up here, because the next thing I want is what I was about to say, is that I've got the we got this helicopter office here, but he's only got 4 helicopters. Oh, that's something else I do need to think about. Sorry, I need a open hull. I'm just going to buy one. Actually, we're just going to come in here. So I've realised that helicopter office doesn't have any tower cranes, so I want a couple of tower cranes just to speed up the process. Come in here. What's the standard SKD? So come in here. Open hole by you, so you can do the delivery, and we'll just go off and do what I want to do. So what I'm thinking is I need another helicopter construction office, and I'm kind of looking around here or up here. I mean, there's a reasonably flat area here. The reason I'm looking for a flattish area is, whoops, I want that. is the fact that we've got to put in the helicopter landing pads. So maybe here we can put one in. Helicopter construction office. We'll put you about there. Like that. And what I would like to have is we're going to flatten the terrain. So, oh no, well, no, we can get one in there. What I would like to do is get at least 6 helicopters on these side. Now, what's the capacity of a helicopter construction office? No, it doesn't tell you. Okay. Just want to check. Because there's no point having masses of helicopters. Let me just see. There's 4, 8, 12, 14. So we've used up half of our capacity by putting 6 helicopters in here. I think what I'd like to do is put in I think if we fill half of the pad with helicopters, we got that there, and we can bring you up like that. But of course, we've got to connect these up like that. I'll do the completeness. It won't make that much difference. And the reason for this other helicopter construction office is that the only way we're going to gain momentum up here, because we've got a lot to build, is to be able to use the flexibility of the helicopters to deliver goods and get things going. That now moves on to the next element, which I've been planning on doing for ever since I planned this, and I kept putting it off. That is the fact that if we're going to have a steel mill here and the brickworks, you can see the brickworks is already picking up now because we're getting a few more workers into here. So they're not producing vast quantities, but they are getting the bricks moved up to here. And I do need to sort out a distribution office here. I'm not 100% sure. I think we've only got the one brick lorry at the moment. Where are you? Yeah, although we got quite a lot, we've got a fair amount of bricks down here now. What we might need to do is possibly remove the option for importing bricks. I don't think, maybe we're not importing bricks. Got distribution office here. I just check. Right, we're going to stop importing bricks there, and I think this is the one. What are you picking up here? You're picking up boards. Let's just make this specific. Electronics. That's it. And then what we'll do is we'll come up to here. And we'll get you actually picking up the... You can now pick up the bricks from here. Should you need them. I think that power cable is interfering with this, what we call it. Oh, nearly got it. And you can pick up bricks. But the better solution is to actually come to an airport. I want a 3 times here, and what I want to do is kind of tilt you round like that a little bit. We can remove the connection to the railway station because it's irrelevant. I'm going to put you there. We need a small warehouse We don't need anything particularly that big. It's just going to be for the mech components. The small barn could probably work here. Haven't built one of these for a long time anyway, so I'll put there. Then obviously we're going to have to put a... I was going to put in a gravel road, but because that will need to have deliveries made to it. Run you round to there, and you to there. So what we got, so the idea is now is that the helicopters will pick up the bricks, steel and mechanical components from here. So that means we won't have to ship bricks all the way down to the other port over there. I do want to, these guys can't, so we're going to need to get these guys working on this. And of course, I think I'm going to need to sort my groups out on the keyboard so that the helicopter crew, or not that, the road crew, let's just you up, make sure that if you're picking up, because I don't know if he's 3 kilometers away, but get you guys working on that. So we've now got to this point. Let me just check my list again. We've done the Northern Rail, Relief Road, new helicopter pickup, gravel port. Oh yeah. The next thing I want to sort out is up here. And I think this road is in the wrong place. So we're going to trim you back here. Only a gravel road, so it's not a great loss. And what I want to do here is put in a rail cargo station, because this is going to be the station that's going to deliver the goods to our new village up here. So we're going to get this here, and this village is going to have to kind of move up the priority list, and then we're going to have to off about there, hook you up into through here. Now this one doesn't need massive connections, because this railway or this station's only going to get the delivery goods that need to be delivered to the village here, keep it going. So things like, it's just the usual food, clothes, electronics. It's not going to be exporting anything just at the moment. So we've now got that connected, and then what I need connected here is 2 things. We need a warehouse. I think we'll probably just put the bog standard kind of normal warehouse here. And then of course the other thing we're going to need is the meat store, because the meat could be an issue. Now that means that the new road that will come through here, we might as well go straight to asphalt. It's going to have to kind of curve a little bit closer to the village like that, and then run through in that direction. And then we'll just connect up the railway line there like that, like that. Now this village here doesn't have, if I show you there, it has no road connections. So this, you can look at this as saying this is the citadel. Now this village here is going to have one responsibility, which is to deliver the workers to the iron mine, which is here, which is, I think it's an iron mine that needs 250 workers. Just check that. Yeah, so we need 750 workers for that. The iron processing thing is 15 each, so double that, 30, 90. So what we're looking at is a village here of about, say, 2,000. We've already got 500 in here. I think it's 500, just check. Residential here all the way to the end. I think it would be right at the end. Oops, somehow I've got flipped off of residential. Well, we know wine house, okay. Here it is, town centre. It provides 500 workers. So in this area, what we're going to need to do is put in something that will support the thing. So we need accommodation round here. Now this has only got footpaths. So what we're going to have to do is kind of create a road in like that. To kind of thinking, we do need a shop. Let's just start with putting the shop in. We'll follow up with the theme of the warehouse. Let me just see. I want this to look old, an old village. So what we might need is the corner market. B2. That's. I don't. Does that look? How was this? This can serve 270 people. This, I mean, this could look good on this corner here. Say, for argument's sake, we could pick up the same theme as we had with the other one. In fact, we could probably put it on that side like that. Just put it there. And you can say this is the ancient village centre. This is the later development. So say, for argument's sake, we put that there. And then, actually, I think we'll just keep the theme going with what we've done down in North Camp. Where's the hospital, the pharmacy, small village clinic? This might be too small. We can do 100 Got the sauna hotel. I don't want that. The road comes out that way. Fine. For that. Okay, that will come this way. I think what we could do is create kind of walking plaza below the actual village. So say, for argument's sake, we put you there, and then we put a road across there, a road down to there. So what we'll have is the two villages kind of looking this way, and then we looking towards the actual center there, and then we can kind of build the commercial area here. So we got, and of course we're going to need the secret police, but we can keep those quite small. Anyway, I don't want to get too bogged down with this. So we've now got this area here, and I think I've got through all my list until the next time I remember. And of course, another reason for building the helicopter construction office is that we really need to start putting this area together. Now, the other thing I want to do is keep putting this together. I was building a property here, which and I think this time we got over 21s, got 428, but what I want to do is move these into better accommodation. So you guys are just going to get promoted to, oops, there's always one who doesn't want to move, but you're going to move because I'm going to demolish you. Right, what we'll do, oh, this is 100, this is 101. Oh, it's going to be a pain, isn't it? Got one person sat here. Yeah, because of course we got the demolish option here, and again it comes back to the community report. If you're going to demolish, set a building to be demolished, it's going to have to be empty, isn't it? Okay. Well, maybe they get the hint here. Train waiting too long. That means that the train's got jammed somewhere. Where are we? Where are you? Right, we're gonna have to put some signals on. Let's split this up a little bit. That release you. Right, he's moving that way to speed up the I'll sort this out because while we're here, what we're going to do now is flip over to here. Now, I'm aware that I'm running out of time, so I think just to finish this video off, what we'll do is deliver on my promise at the beginning of the video and at the end of the previous video, is we'll see if we can get our trams up and running. Because there's one thing that I do want is... let me just see... what we're going to need to do is pick up the tram. We'll set one up first, because what I want to do is, for a demo, is we're going to come down to here. You're just going to unload workers, then you're going to come up to here, and actually coming up this way, there's no reason for this guy to stop here, is it? So he will come up round here, go up through here. Where's the tram stop? There's a tram stop, there it is, sorry. So here, come up here, and he will pick up, well, everyone but not unload workers, and then he will come round to here, load, unload but not workers, and then you will come here, you won't load, and you will unload everything except workers. That's the theory anyway. We may have to refine this over a period of time. Now what I want to do is see which way this guy goes round. So here, go down here. So here, go in there, and then come out round. Oh, one thing I did forget. Okay, we need him to go into there. Probably won't go into there, because what we need to do is get the spacing going up that way. I don't know whether he will pick that up. No, because he's already started the route. Right, so the other tram, well, just curiosity, because this one's going in this way. What I want to do is put a... I've never tried waypoints with trams, so this is going to be interesting. Can't set a waypoint for trams. Okay, so you're going to unload workers. You're going to come up to here. And what you're going to do is go the other way round. You're going to load anyone. Actually, no, you're not going to load anyone going this way, but not workers. And then you're going to load, you can load and unload anyone. So this one can load people, so people can travel to here. Then you're going to come down here, and you can load workers, but not unload these there. So that should be it, I think. As I say, I'm going to have to refine this over a period of time. And what we should do now is get this guy running around that way. Of course, there's no workers up here to pick anybody up, so it's not the pickup and points. And this is what I found for my 7 Crosses series when I set up the tram and metro routes in there, is that sometimes you just need to polish it a little bit. Is probably the polite way of saying it. And he should go into there, wait. And of course, there's only one tram going each direction. And what he should do now is just go up here, pick up this route here. And of course, the one thing you will notice is that, I'll show you here, is that snow doesn't affect trams, which is another reason for using them, because it means that the vehicles don't slow down like that. So he will go round and all that. Okay. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. Next part, we will be trying to populate our town here. But of course, we need to get enough critical mass in here so that we can get the heating plant online. But we'll have the summer to sort that out. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.